Peace, love, and light, family. Peace, love, and light, family. Excuse me. Peace, love, and light, family. Let's raise the vibration.
Yes, sir.
I am BaBa Johnson, they know as the beautiful rocket scientist, Paradigm Vision Unlimited, and Minister of Holistic Health and Wellness. Sister PJ and family, to the full family. Peace, love, and light for my Methodist family, my other Eastern family. And I'm traveling all the way from Orlando, Florida, my way to Raleigh. I ended late last night, but had to be here. I want everyone to look around the room. The words that came to me on the way here was always be thankful. Always be thankful. I have a phrase, I know it's very true. So one of my phrases goes like this. I am thankful, so my tank's full. I am thankful, so my tank's full. I read words differently. Alright? So if you always remain thankful, you always have a tank full. Okay? And these are the things that Sister PJ, as we work together in Florida, did events, health and wellness, all the way in Harlem, Brooklyn, everywhere. She brought me over to the studio in New Jersey a few years ago, but the drive, I watched their son literally grow before my eyes. I also represent the Powerful Pioneers. All couldn't be here today. We have Sister Raymond and others here who we work together to do a lot of healing in all the boroughs, including Florida and internationally. People are always in Guyana right now. We'll be back from Guyana, South America, laying out future healing events and locations. Sister PJ reads to laugh. I call her, she reminds me of Nanny. She got the nanny energy. That's why we call her the nanny, and she would laugh. Because she was a lawyer for justice. And I would also combine with Pt8. I would say, she's a stepping razor. Don't watch her size, she's dangerous. She wrote that song for Pt8. She has that same energy. And so, I just want to be thankful for everyone here. Remember to be thankful. If there is an issue going on with you, a message came on my way today. It says, remind the people there's no other time but now. There's no other time but now. If there's an issue, if you have issues in your tissues, time to remind yourself that your sheep are shopping your issues. You're the children walking. Why am I saying that? Because we always think we have time. Well, get that right with such and such. I ain't talking to such and such. You don't have time that you think. These people got together on Thanksgiving Day. They thought they had time to work out issues. They ain't got no time to work out no issues. So the Spirit said, remind everybody, whatever you got going on with you and yours, fix it now. The time is now. You ain't got no more time. Because you think you have time, that's why you're delayed. And next thing you know, we're going to be burying your friend. You get me? Okay. Fix it now. It's always now. When you get to tomorrow, it's going to be now. When you were there yesterday, it was now. It's always now. There's no other time but now. Let's fix the issues in our tissues. Remind ourselves from sheep and shopping of issues. Okay? As a fellow engineer, some of you may not be aware of Sister PJ worked on patents, had patents approved and patents pending. We used to have those discussions. Okay? So, as a beautiful rocket scientist, we would have many conversations about how we can fix our issues in our community. We want to make sure that energy keeps going on, not just with the health and the herbs, but with the inventions, the solutions that we need. So, everything was committed in that. We've attended events in Harlem, right? There's going to be another one on Friday night, a visual there. In Harlem again, in Ohio. So those who make it out Friday evening, we'll share that information. So I'm just thankful to be here and thankful to bring the message. that let's fix the issues that we have with each other so our families can be stronger and that we can live longer and more prosperous. Peace, love, and life. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sean Brown, and I just want to share a moment with you. I met PJ
too long ago, but it's interesting because my spirit, PJ and I had a special connection years now. It's, you know, we've done so much in front of the camera, in front of the crowd, and so much behind the scenes, you know what I mean, working on projects. I've written, helped her, she would call me on collaborations for Brown Eye Magazine, some of the writing, all kinds of stuff. Several trips to New Jersey, interviewed with her King Man and her son over there in the studio. Like a lot of work behind the scenes. Always a beautiful divine light, a warrior queen. Let's say it right. She fought for the people when the people didn't even realize they needed to be fought for in some instances. Always putting it in for the people, left, right, and she reminded me a lot of that nanny energy. When I'm around, we talk, especially my Haiti family. I have family from Haiti, and she always appreciated that. She said, you know, you always big up Haiti as if you literally born. I said, well, it's my people. I said, I'm Bookman Dada return. So I don't see no difference. We getting wrapped up in cloth nowadays. We think the fabric on the pole is what it's about. So they gave us a flag, and we think the flag is what we supposed to be repping, not realizing we repping bloodlines and ancestral and divine heritage. So we always roll that way. Um, when she found out I had a whole mentalist family, I got a bunch of family from IT that we lived together in New York, right there, 308 Sterling Street and Nostrand Avenue, all over Little Haiti, everywhere. My people all over the place, and we always had that kind of relationship where the unity. It was unity in the community. Whether she's in the Bronx, Brooklyn, wherever, she would say, "Hey, I'm having an event. You're going to be in town? No problem. I'm coming through." When I remember when Mike was spoken, when she came to Florida years ago for that big event that we did together at the hotel that Mike was talking about, and
Love
she
yourself.
she was surprised that I knew a lot of the same people she knew. It was like a big convergence because I was already following her work. We were already speaking Brown Eyes. She's in New York. So when she saw, she's like, you know, Mike. I'm like, me and Mike go way back. She's like, what? And you know, and we were all there with the Beamer, with all of the technology. I was there with the Kangen machine. I was with my daughter. Matter of fact, sister, the sister from Natural Trendsetters that Mike is talking about, she rock connected with me at that event, not knowing that my ex used to do, we did hair down in Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, all the big hair shows and all that in South Florida, like 8 years prior to that. So it was that event that Mike brought up, I remember it distinctly. It was it was like East meets West, North meets South, Central, everyone from all the corners, the people I worked with in Lemire Park, all the way at the Ashwan bookstore in California. Uh, people from there was in the building. Like California was in the house, Jersey was in the house, Boston was in the house, Philly was in the house, Miami, um, and of course, like he said, PJ handled it like she was a master of communication. She was going around documenting everything. A matter of fact, we had a live panel discussion. She might even still have some of the footage of us speaking on the panel, um, because she was documenting it for Brown Eyes magazine, for different media. And so we've worked together to help uplift the people. I attended a trade show, government program right there at Ralph David Abernathy in Harlem. We've been to events to try to get trade and international trade together, along with other members um, there in Harlem, to connect us back to Africa in different places. So it's not just the community events, the publication, the outreach, the education, the business angle. The PJ was multifaceted warrior queen. That's the best way I can. She reminded me of that same nanny energy, the same maroon energy that I carry with my people, the same nanny I have in my pocket right now. She always embodied it, and I told her that over and over. I said, "You, when I see you coming with that head wrap, you." She always had that nanny energy and that head wrap. Them two always kind of go together. When I she pop up whether on screen or in the building, carrying that stepping razor. You know that Pt8 part of me, that stepping razor. You know that. I'm a stepping razor. Don't watch my size. I'm dangerous. That kind of that energy. Don't let the size fool you. You're gonna get sliced. That splinter energy. That was her. And I love that. Now that is her, not was. As a matter of fact, let me correct my speech. That is her. Remember, no one dies. It's just a change of world. This outfit is just something you put on in between putting on another. So what we already know based on our indigenous principles, that when somebody check out of flesh, they actually become more free. Fresh is based on restriction. It's teaching you how to move within a more dense medium and more discipline, so that when you move back into full spirit power, divine energy, you can move with even more discernment and more precision. So right now, believe it or not, right now, the entity, the divine being we knew as Sister PJ is even more powerful right now than before when she was in the flesh. And that's another reason sometimes we transition to get to the next lighter energy field so we can actually do more faster, quicker, because we're not limited by 3D density. So we have to keep that in mind in the midst of this so-called mourning process that they say when Earth loses a being, heaven gains another warrior or an angel. It's another way the ancestors always put it. So we have another warrior now, freer to whoop more ass on another level of dimension, literally moving beyond speed of light that fast. Whereas flesh might not be able to move beyond speed of light. Spirit can move infinitely anywhere, anytime, anyhow. So a lot more can be done literally to move the cause and fight for the people on a spiritual realm right now. Um, we give thanks for her every day. Speak of her in the present moment. Always speak of your ancestors in the present moment. There's not a past. She's not a was. None of that is. And I also, we need to also make sure that we stay in touch and support the family in whichever way. Her son is beautiful. I spent lots of time with him. I would travel on the PATH train in different times over to Jersey, hang out with him. Been around the beautiful spirit, divine soul. We need to know like what's happening with her son. Do they need anything? How can we as Babas also step up and sisters to support his upbringing going forward? This is the kind of long-term stuff I'm talking about. Not just the immediate, but making sure that her seed flourishes and continues to flourish the same way she would have. She dedicated her life, an incredible mother, and we want to make sure that we help in whatever way we can. Like those are the things we need to like be finding out with the whole family as we go forward and how we can continue to support that family. It's just, and we got to keep the legacy going. And I'll be chanting, I'll be beating my drum. I put my drum up right here. Got my drum with me. I'm gonna be beating my drum and lighting a candle and just continuing the work. The key is to continue the work that Sister PJ performed with us and would have wanted us to continue to do. Bottom line, the work continues and honor this beautiful sister, her family, her legacy, and all the ancestors that she carried through. Yeah, PJ, man, always, never just, and just the last 2 days, I was sending her messages, as I always do when certain things come up that we talk about, and she would respond, and she was on my mind just literally yesterday, literally day before yesterday when I was traveling, less than a little over 24 hours ago. And as a hero, same energy, that same heroine energy that she always brought. It does not surprise me one bit that she would exit being a hero. Doesn't surprise me, a heroine. That just falls in line with the energy. Like that's her mission always. She's always been putting people in their mission ahead of her. Like she's always done that. That's par for the course, boy. I'm talking about divine alignment. She gonna go out. She gonna go out fighting for somebody else. That's whole life. Her whole life been that way. I don't know PJ not to be that way. Like that is her energy. That nanny energy. That I'm fighting for a nation, not just myself. She's always brought that nanny energy, boy. Always in everything that she does. Every time I've been around her. Period. Point blank. So I can testify to that forever. There ain't never be no other way. So in divine alignment, if she was going to transition, it's fighting to save, to uplift, and to do for others. She was one of the most selfless, just divine heroines I've ever met. Yeah. Just the P to the JJ.
Now, Baba, I wanted to share this because, one thing I can acknowledge, PJ made sure when it was time to bring in Dr. Stevenson, PJ called me and said, "Brother, don't worry. I got Baba Jason coming in town for you, brother." I said, because she know giving thanks to the team. I'm doing everything. And I'm like, PJ, you going to need to help me. Who's going to help PJ? And she said, "Brother Ro, don't worry. Baba Jason will be flying in town." And the at ease that I felt, brother, and the
Yeah.
impact that you made with the whole experience. I thank you, Baba. Would you like to share about that experience we did during
Yes.
this season?
Yes. It's a pleasure, first of all, to be of service, man. Like I said, when PJ calls, we always had them conversations. Everything from what's planning, what's coming up next, what's going on, keeping me in the loop. Sometimes I'm calling her, other times she's calling me. She knows that I always come to New York. My family's in New York. My mom lives in the Bronx. I'm always making trips to New York. So, she knows that's going to be like a regular routine. So sometimes when things are being planned, she'd be like, "Hey, we got this coming up in May in Harlem. We got this in Brooklyn. We're going to have this in Jersey. Are you going to be in town?" We're always on the planning. We're always planning the next thing. When PJ on the phone. Um, and so when she told me that Dr. Stevenson, my man, like Africa, one of my number one brothers, master teacher from years ago, somebody whose books I literally sold out of my trunk of my car from like 2000, like 25 years ago. I've been selling this brother's books. I helped make Nutricide popular because everybody knew about African holistic health, but very few people knew about Nutricide, the nutritional destruction of the black race. I made it a point of duty calling that brother. I would buy boxes of his books, have a whole like 50 books in my trunk, driving around selling when I'm doing my events, and to make and help make Nutricide popular in Atlanta, in Savannah, Georgia, in many places. So when she called me up and said the wife of later have Miss Dr. Stevenson is going to be doing a tour with us, and we need to, I said no problem. You say no more. You gotta say no more. I had to be there, help not only with her, but to continue his legacy. And so I was thankful to be of service, to be there and working with the entire Powerful Pioneer team to not just what it was two or three different places, weekends with Dr. Stevenson. I was there for the follow up when she came back. We're talking Brooklyn, New York, New Jersey, Harlem, uh, incredible movements, special locations also, that historic building there in Harlem for the social club and everything. We're not only impacting our people where they need it, but we're also walking back through the ancestral portals, places that were established for us by ancestors years ago. And we're coming back through now to take that energy to the next level. So I pointed that out also to you, Brother Rojo, even in Jersey, even the places we go to eat, the Blueberry Cafe, the places with the Kangen machine there, and everywhere that we're going, Mint Soul Vegan, the marketplaces, even the place we in Brooklyn. It's a Haitian lady that actually manages that. that energy keeps coming around with the Jamaican, the Haitian, the indigenous American, what they call a Native American. We've been bridging the gap and bringing everybody together. You know, whether we're dealing with the Tainos in Connecticut or the Shinnecock out in Long Island or whatever, we're dealing with all that energy and bringing that together as powerful pioneers. And so I was thankful to be a part of that, and continuing forward also to be a part of several of the events to uplift the people, working with Sister PJ, working with Brother Rojo, working with all of the different pieces, Sultanica, all of the people that we're dealing with. Milto Vegan, the feeding the people the number one foods and the elixirs and just healing the people with Dr. Stevenson's continuing work. And we look forward to continuing that because that is exactly what PJ would have wanted. Also, you know, that's what her life's work is about. So continuing that work is also continuing to honor her and continuing to call her name forward as, you know, our principles, indigenous principle based on sound, power, and healing and vibration. As long as you call someone's name, they can never quote unquote die, meaning the ripple effect will stay strong because, you know, we're all an impact in the multiverse and we send out infinite ripple effects in every direction. So Sister PJ has made a powerful impact, and those ripple effects are still moving throughout the multiverse. And we will continue to also keep magnifying and keep sending those ripple effects out through our generations also. So the children's coming. So it's an infinite impact that we're talking about here. And you know, it's I look forward to continuing to work, continuing to work. She's with us, more powerful now than ever. Light a white candle for her to transition well, and know that once again, when you call upon the name of someone, they show up. Period. Point blank. That's an ancestral principle. That's an energy principle. This is why they say be mindful of what you speak about the so-called dead because they can all hear you. You know, once you call their name, they can never die. That energy keeps going forever. So we will continue to call her name, salute her, honor her, our powerful pioneer, heroine. That's right. It always swung into action, always, you know, bringing the fire, always bringing the energy, always bringing the connectivity, and always putting in the work and always putting in for others in a lot of cases more than she put in for herself. So in true fashion, if she don't check out of this realm, she checked out doing for others more than she was doing for herself. Yeah. Love PJ always, man. Love it.
Baba, Baba, I wanted to also acknowledge you was able to see some of Sister PJ's vision. One of the
Yes.
events that you kind of seen the vision of her helping out one of our other pioneers, Mink Porch Cafe. So I don't you never been there before, or you've been there way before when it first established, and it wasn't that way. And when our sister PJ aligned with our sister Ezra, and what they did with Mink Porch Cafe, the vision of PJ and Ezra aligned. You see how that looked like a little tropical paradise, Mink Porch
Yes.
Cafe? We
Yes.
give thanks to our sister PJ and Ezra being the inspiration for that. And you was able to
Yes.
experience it. How was the experience going there, seeing the Island Mint Porch Cafe location, what Sister PJ created and helped to spark for this new time? What was that experience like for you?
Incredible. Well, first of all, when you walk in, you feel like you're home. That's number one. They created a home environment. You don't feel like you're going out to eat. You feel like you're coming in to eat. So that's the first thing, right? That the energy, because you know I deal in energy work. So just the energy walking in alone was welcoming. You literally felt like you were sitting on grandma's porch. It's the Mint Porch Cafe. You felt like you're on a porch, like you on a veranda, like you with family. That's number one, first and foremost. So the energy they were able to incubate and give birth to is a family energy, welcoming. So it's already healing just being in the space. Then when you get that deliciousness in your face, it takes you to a whole nother space. It's like, wow. Because I had the beautiful callaloo soup and everything, man. I'm telling you, it was just the experience. People got to go experience it. If they've never experienced Mint Soul Cafe, they need to be there. Like they basically made you feel so warm and welcome. You could feel that nurturing divine feminine energy. Yeah. I felt like boom, powerful. Said it to them before to their face, said it several times. We'll keep saying it and keep telling people that go there. Yeah. That is a beautiful space. It's healing not only for the aesthetics, not only how it feels, not only for the wonderful nutrition they're giving you to put in your body temple, your divine temple, for the healing, but even the events that we've been able to curate there, the energy. And others, I'm not the only one. You can testify to this. Many people got the same feeling when they come there. They're like, man, they don't even want to leave. You know how many times the building was about to close and we still inside? You don't even want to leave when you go there. What I mean. You feel home. You feel like you're home. You feel like you're on grandma's porch. It's got that feel, that vibe.
So
You know,
true.
they almost have to throw you out the building to clean up. Every time we went there, the guy's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to stack up the tables and chairs now. You know, you're gonna have to mop the place up. You don't want to leave. That kind of energy.
That's the
Hey,
impact we
Baba
want.
Jason, greetings. It's Mixed Breed on the line. Baba
Blessed,
Jason,
my
remember we was
brother.
there. Blessings, my brother. Let me show my face in the place and let y'all know. Hey, greetings, beloved. So remember the last time we was there, what was happening when we was there the last time at Mid Porch the other day?
Well, when the last time we did it, we were having we were doing well, Dr. Stevenson was there, and then we were recording. You actually did a recording where we were honoring people who had gone through the program, people who had supported Mint Porch. There was actually an honorary gentleman. I forget, he was one of the earliest people at the marketplace way
The
back in the
lady,
day.
the
And there
lady.
was a lady there also.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
came through. It was a man, a lady, and then there was somebody, it was a third person. But they had been honorary members of Mint Porch from way before the marketplace was at a whole nother location. When the building was torn down, reconstituted, and he was being honored. He had
Mhm.
supported them so long that they were honoring him like a lifetime
So,
membership.
so the thing was basically that was a flea market, and then they was
Yes.
trying to get rid of the flea market, and then
Hmm.
you had community representatives that said no,
Right.
we can't get rid of this market here. This has been a staple in our community for so many years. So they tried to get rid of it was like a big open parking lot.
Right.
Then they said, all right, you know what? We're gonna move them to another spot. I forgot the exact location, and then
Yeah, they moved
then
them to
then
a
when they
temporary location.
yeah, like Clarendon and something. And then they said, all right, when we finish this building, the guy he fought for them to bring them back, the
Right.
original members.
That's right.
And Sister Ezra is one of those original members that's been there. And
Yes.
and PJ helped to amplify
Right.
Mid Porch Cafe and make it what it is. And also, she was definitely, you remember that day, she was definitely honoring people. She was giving people awards. PJ was
Yes.
definitely the pinnacle of giving people their flowers,
That's right.
giving people their just due. And today we want to just give her that. And Baba Jasan, I
That's
want
right.
to give you that as well. You got all the files in your phone. I barely have anything, but you got everything. You got the
You got muted. Unmute. Unmute, brother. Brother Mixed Breed, you're muted.
excuse me.
Good. Yeah, you're back.
Excuse me. I just want to touch on that real quick. And I can't be sad, man. I could only because
Your phone keeps muting. Brother Mixed Breed, your phone keeps muting. I don't know what's going on with the phone. Why is it muting?
but I gotta run. I gotta run, y'all. So I'll be back in a few. But yeah.
Okay, but yeah, give thanks for you, man. Give thanks for you are filling in almost like for PJ that day with recording some of the information. So the PJ energy was rubbing off. Mixed Breed started recording. I have a couple, I think two clips that he recorded of us speaking when those people were being honored because I think PJ's phone was filling up. So he stepped up and started doing some recording to capture the data, capture the footage, capture the moment, because that's one of the specialties that PJ always performed for us, was making sure things was captured, that things were documented, that our history was recorded. She was a recorder of our sacred journey, which is very important because if we don't have record proper records of certain things later on, people, they don't have be a way of going back and seeing what was happening. So she performed a very important role in that way, also making things were documented properly and recorded, and so that people could get their flowers. That's right. She was big on giving them their flowers while they're above ground. Period. Point blank. And that's why we always honored her and tell her to her face. Didn't wait. We don't. The good thing is that every time I spoke to PJ, whether in person, over the phone, I always let her know I appreciate love what you're doing. I always told her up front that you're doing impactful work, not only within our community, all the other outside communities recognize that. I saw she sent me a picture of one of the events where the Bronx City Council and the government of New York City was recognizing her, gave her her proclamations. This is a woman that's not just known in our circles, like even people outside of our community saw the tremendous impact that Sister PJ did in New York City. Made sure that proclamation was written, given to her. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I said warrior queen. I mean warrior queen. She
Asheo.
always carried that nanny energy. Every time I saw her, I was like, what? The stepping razor. Said her? What? What? I'm a stepping razor. Don't watch my
Baba,
size. I'm
don't
dangerous.
watch my size.
Straight
That's how
Peter touch.
PJ. Don't
Straight
sleep
Peter
on
touch.
PJ.
Yo,
And that's what
and
that
that's how me and her that's how we roll. Whether we in Jersey, Brooklyn, wherever. Me and PJ, we in Harlem. We did an event there at the what's the name of that building? Right at the corner of Africa Village, Africa Street. The
the
uh
state building,
yeah, the big building right there.
the state Adam Clayton Powell. We were just talking about
We
that.
did an event in Adam Clayton Powell building. We met with the top United States government trade executives. We've done all kinds of stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to repost that. That's on my Instagram. Where we were learning about trading international with Africa and the government people from the State Department. I met with her. We went to the meetings together. A lot of stuff behind the scenes because we wanted to open up big trade with Africa and around the world. Me and Sister PJ worked on a lot of stuff. Okay, behind the scenes and front the scenes, events, everything. So I honor her work, her legacy, and we got to keep it going. Keep it going. That's the key. Like they said, life is a marathon. When one person passed the baton, we got to keep it moving. Keep that baton going.
Giving thanks. And yes, just to acknowledge, the Flatbush community, Little Haiti. Again, Sister PJ is in Jersey, and she would travel almost every day to Flatbush, the Little Haiti facility, to make sure that the people there was taken care of, and also that we can make a major impact because we seen how the corporations was taking over. And with the meet and greet that we've been doing at as Mink Porch Cafe, with the alignment of our sister PJ with Ezra, oh man, they both of them just made a major impact there. And I recommend everyone who's on here to stop by Mink Porch Cafe. When you stop there, you will feel PJ present. Because when you see how it was created, that's a piece of her. And what I would love to do is make sure that I have some of her books there so people can support at Mink Porch Cafe. So anybody on your spare time, definitely stop at Mink Porch Cafe so you can see some of the wonderful creation that our sister PJ that came out of her mind. Thought, word, and deed. We give thanks. We give thanks. Anyone else online didn't get a chance to share? I know we had a couple of other people who's on who didn't get a chance to share. Sister Mani, I don't know if you're in the building. Who else online would like to give a testimonial about our sister PJ before we go into our musical portion? Before we go into our musical portion, we're gonna go into the Soul Brooklyn event. This was one of the events we did with Sister PJ and in Brooklyn, and we made a major impact. I mean, to the point we brought out the Hip Hop Museum. Yes, Hip Hop Museum came all the way to Brooklyn, Church Avenue, and set up with us. Salute to B Stinger, the Zulu Nation. Some of the people from Zulu Nation came out to Brooklyn and represented. We give thanks. Ron Artest family came out, giving thanks for those who came out from Texas to Florida to up north. Boston was out, yes, giving thanks. Our sister's been doing tremendous work in for the Boston community too. Salute to Dro Casso. We give thanks. So yes, Sister PJ present was felt locally and abroad. We give thanks. So if anyone else would like to give a testimonial, feel free. If not, we're going to just transition into our Brooklyn Soul event that we did with our sister, just so that we can highlight some of the things that we did. And stay tuned. This video, what's so interesting about this? We just had a meeting yesterday about doing another Brooklyn Soul before the year end, going into the new year. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be working with my brother Prince Imagine to do a Brooklyn Soul event. We may do it at the studio, or we may just book a place and just have it and celebrate and honor our sister at the same time. So definitely stay tuned. All right. With that being all right, just give me 1 minute so we could play the video. Giving thanks. You can stop the recording in the meantime. Thank you. Giving thanks as we
Okay.
continue to celebrate our sister. We give thanks. Sister Imani's in. Sister Imani, I know you got so much wonderful testimonial and information to share about Sister PJ and the powerful things she had laid for us so we can continue to carry on. Yes. Would you like to share, Sister Imani? The floor is yours.
Wow. Well, thank you for keeping things in the heights, as you do, as a master, powerful pioneer that you are, because you've certainly lifted me up to stay in a higher plane that I was at. I'm still in a mixed place. I just have to be transparent with that. Um, and even as you just, as I was listening in with the video, it's beautiful to know that her legacy is gonna, continue through these archived works, because there's so much of that. But it was just a moment also just for what I heard when she mentioned Brother Murray, because his transition was a sudden news for us at that time, for me anyway. And so I'm just like, okay, I have to trust in this divine process. She was an amazing, 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 one of a kind being, still is, and I'm working to make sure, the connection spiritually is like I'm totally open for her continuing to communicate and, you know, share and direct on some of the projects that we'd already started and or was continuing or launching, like this the project of the home office network.